And thank y'all for tuning in. This is my second live reading, doing a collective read. Um, and we are using Egyptian tarot. So we're going to build up a little different than some of the tarot readers that I see. Again, I'm more of an original tarot reader with the gift of clairvoyance. So I ask that my spirit guides, the Most High, and whoever you believe in, as well as your ancestors, be present during this reading to gain you clarity, but also to give me the power over the cards to convey the right message through the cards and use my interpretation to let you know what I see. But I do ask that everybody kind of depend on their own interpretation of the cards, for your understanding may be different or deeper than what I'm willing to go in these reads. Just want to keep things real surface, just doing community or collective reads for the time. As I further along in my journey of doing these videos, I will expand to doing individual sign readings. But right now, I just want to focus on the collective as we're in Taurus season. So, starting off, go ahead and go with the Egyptian deck. We go ahead and want to shuffle live. I just want y'all to see everything that I'm doing. No trickery or bait and switch titles or just to bait you to videos, which is why I'm letting everybody know the videos are collective readings. And again, if you're drawn to the video, I believe there's something here for you. But that's up to you to determine and interpolate based upon what you're seeing go on with the cards, as well as my manifestation as far as what I see in the cards and how I interpretate them myself. So to start off, I've shuffled the cards. I just want to give my three knocks for Father, Son, Holy Spirit, or Father, Mother, Child. Okay. So we always give the three knocks. It just opens up the pathway. But we also want to acknowledge Spirit and ask that they guide this reading. So first card over is the Lover's card. Okay. So this could possibly be a love reading. You know, could also be that it is the Gemini card. So there possibly some choices that have to be made. And again, we do a traditional Egyptian spread, which again, I don't see many readers doing that. So just so you know, we do a buildup of a pyramid from four, three, two, and then one card. And then I'll clarify with the Gods of Egypt deck. If we can't get true clarity through the Gods of Egypt, I'll simplify by going to the classic 52 playing card deck so we can just get some simplicity there. So going with the next card comes over is the Fool card. Okay. So in a lover's situation, this could be, you know, a new journey. You may have met somebody new. The Lover's card shows two choices, but again, the sun is projecting down, the person with the arrow pointing at one. So you may be in a situation like that. So I feel like this is almost a carryover from the last reading where you're either being put in a position where you got to choose one over the other, okay, and start a new journey based upon your choice, okay. All in all, you know, when it comes to relationships, we have to make sure we're choosing ourselves first, or again, we can allow others to kind of get us off path or again endure things that we weren't meant to endure based upon that person's karma. And again, sometimes you will be removed from relationships based upon those things. Some people's karma is only theirs to face by themselves. But again, if you choose to stay when you're being told to leave, then you will be subject to their karma. So that fool can be playing out either way. Either you're a fool for staying, or you're a fool in the good way of that you're leaving and taking a chance and starting on a new path. Next out, we got the Justice card. So again, two of these cards were in the reading yesterday. Justice is definitely about to be served based upon this situation that's going on. And it's showing through the cards from yesterday as well as today. Yeah, I started off with the same deck, which y'all saw. I shuffled. I even shuffled the deck after yesterday because I did a personal reading for myself. So the cards have been well shuffled. So for those two to come out, and everything's coming out in the upright today. Yesterday we had cards coming out in reversal. So this is kind of a straightforward message for whoever's watching this video, especially if it's relationship based and you're making a choice over one or the other. Uh, just keep in mind that again, we want to choose ourselves first and make sure that we're making the right choice based upon being grounded in self. But again, as a fool, again, we can continue to play the fool, or we can play a fool in a new direction and take that new chance. Now, the next card here coming out is the Judgment card. So, see, three of these cards were in the reading yesterday. And again, this is a shorter deck, but I used the shorter deck because it gives you more clarity clearly. Again, Judgment coming out in the upright is definitely showing that justice is coming from this judge. It's like I say, it's almost a repeat of the reading I did yesterday. So, in a lot of ways, again, I'm definitely feeling something heavy in relationship. Yesterday, there were some things that played out was showing that it possibly could be more of a court case or maybe something going on at work. To me, this is more of a love reading. This has definitely got to do with what's going on in Taurus season. Again, Taurus ruled by Venus. That energy is definitely present here. So I'm just going to do a quick shuffle before we do the second row. And hopefully we'll gain more clarity of what this is leading to for whoever's watching. Again, use your own interpretation to see what the cards say to you. Because again, I can only tell you what I see, and I'm not going to go too into it because I have a pretty much time limit that I've set on my readings, and I just don't want to be all over the place for 40 and 50 minutes like some people over explaining. Because when you get into the real essence of the tarot, things are pretty easily explainable, I should say. But if you're looking to complicate things, you will. And as we say in my circle, intelligent people simplify complicated things. Unintelligent people complicate simple things. So the tarot is by far nothing simple, but we do use it as a form of divination to simplify things. So coming with that first card, the Magician. Same card came out in yesterday's reading. So in this essence, I'm thinking it's a magical situation based upon the choice that has to be made to get justice, but also to start a new journey. Some of y'all may be tired of the journey y'all have been on, and it's just at a place to where you can't bear anymore, and you gotta make some type of movement to make something new happen or something different happen, or you're gonna keep getting the same energy. That's kind of what the reading was saying yesterday. That if the choice wasn't made, you're gonna still deal with that energy. But it looks like, again, as I got to the end of that reading, the choice was made. And again, the High Priestess came out at the top of that reading. So yeah, and I didn't get to have the clarifier on camera, but the clarifier was Genesis, the Genesis God card. So it's just pointing really towards a new beginning with that reading. But that whole new beginning energy is here in this reading. But I feel this reading is more about a love relationship. It could possibly be a family dynamic relationship, not necessarily love, but there is some type of justice playing out and a judgment that's being made, as well as a magician alchemizing the energies that are there to make sense of it all. Our next card over is going to be the Tower, which again, I'm not surprised that the Tower comes out just because, again, we're in Taurus season. This particular judgment can cause a tower, okay, that actually serves the justice. And that's where we have to be realistic about that. As well as once I build the pyramid up, we'll see what points to what and what's actually confirming everything. The best thing I like about this reading so far, though, is everything's coming out in the upright. So it's a straightforward energy. Unless we get the moon, there's nothing hidden or uh, in the dark. There's nothing in the dark that will be revealed. Things that are happening are either known subconsciously or they're known consciously, and people know that these judgments are coming down. So you may catch people involved in the situation scrambling or putting on a mask to make sure, again, if you are choosing between two, just be aware of that, because with the tower, it's always a breakdown to build up. Okay. Next card out, the strength card. So the strength card came out yesterday. It was just at the bottom of the deck. It didn't show its face in the reading, but it was in reverse. So yesterday in that reading, again, being more in a position where it was about work and maybe a relationship or something going on with a legal battle, this is definitely pointing more towards a relationship. I think the tower is going to cause somebody to fall back into their strength or take their power back. Okay, but it's going to be the cause of the tower that actually activates that for you. So just be aware, like I always say, and tell people in my circle, you got to go through it to get to it. And sometimes the tower is you going through it in the worst way. Sometimes it's in the best way, especially when now that I'm looking at how the tower is lined up and the arrow pointing down is right at the justice card. So that tower is going to cause some strength to be replenished, somebody to get back into their power and actually receive justice. Okay. So I don't shuffle until I get to the top of the pyramid. We'll shuffle for that last card, but I'm going to come right off this energy and go and build up to my next level, which is 2 cards. So we get the Temperance card coming out. That was in the reading yesterday. Everything is upright so far. So this is a clear reading. The person who gains their strength is going to be that tempered person, just like in yesterday's reading. But you got to reclaim your strength. Yesterday was about, with that strength popping out at the bottom of the deck, it was more about taking a seat back, delegating some of that strength, or allowing the people around you to show their power, and you fall back a little bit to get a break or a rest to where you're not overusing your strength or overusing your power. So with Temperance there, we're going to finish off there. Now we get a reversal card, which again is that Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which we got yesterday. Funny how it comes out today again in reverse, but again more at the top of the pyramid. So again, this justice, and is lining up right here with the Tower card. This Tower is going to cause the Wheel of Fortune to reverse for somebody. And again, it could be in a good or a bad way. This being in a relationship, maybe you're at a deficit and things start to turn around. Maybe you're in between relationships and you're meeting somebody new to where you may be turning their fortunes around. They may be turning your fortunes around. But the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is definitely showing that particular, and we're not going to overlook that. Bottom of the deck, we have the Devil in reverse. Okay. So, again, this could be something that has been toxic. That, again, making the right choice is setting us on a new path, bringing us justice, making that judgment, alchemizing the energy, causing the Tower so that we can reclaim our power, temper ourselves in the right manner, or get to the foreign shores or wherever we're supposed to be, because temperance can be those particulars. And again, reversing our Wheel of Fortune and getting back into our good fortune, especially if you're feeling like, things just haven't been good. You know what I mean? So I'm going to just do a quick shuffle of the cards. See if the card came out like that. I almost want to clarify the reading with it, but I'm going to go ahead and shuffle a little bit more. If it's meant to come out, it'll come out. I don't do the classic shuffle most people do, but I use, the methods I know to mix the cards, make sure the cards, again, are not kept in a particular sequence or in a way where, again, people do card tricks, sleight of hand, or people set their decks up to do you a prosperity reading and all the prosperity cards come out, and So I've seen a lot of different things watching YouTube for a long time, and participating in other people's videos that I just vow to not do, which is why I could choose to do things more in a live setting. Even though this is a recording, it's live. I'm not cutting and pasting or editing. So just know that. All right, so we're going to go to the top card. We'll do that 3 knock for the last one to see what we get. And then today we get the Hermit card coming back out, but the Hermit in reverse. So just like yesterday, this is somebody that's coming back out. This is somebody choosing or getting into a new relationship. And again, it's changing how they've been. It's changing if you were a hermit and always in the house and just, this is actually doing the opposite for you. This is putting you in the ultimate supreme place of, again, reversing your fortune, getting back out. And these are the only 2 cards that are coming out in reversal. So I know it's a reversal of that for sure. This could even be, again, for people who watched the first reading, this could be a continuation if you want to take it as that. Showing the bottom, the card on the bottom of the deck, the Empress comes out, which again was in the reading yesterday. So again, the Empress, that divine feminine energy, is present through this reading as well. I do see more of a balance though with the Fool and the Lover's card, as well as the Tower and even the Judgment card, because you have the duality there with man and woman. The Temperance card, that's more masculine energy. So there's a more balance of masculine and feminine energy in this reading. But again, that last bottom card, the Empress, is definitely presiding over the read as that main energy that's still present from yesterday, divine feminine energy that's ruling over. So we're going to get the Egyptian Gods Tarot. I think the message is pretty clear other than the last 2 cards, which came out in reverse. But we're going to clarify with one of these Egyptian Gods cards and see what pops out, see what is at the bottom of the deck once I finish my shuffle, and just put things in a good place for the reading. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Let people know ESQ-Astro is the real deal. Now, I am going to be getting into some astrology videos eventually, because that's my main thing, is the astrology. And like I say, I don't use traditional shuffles. I do things to make sure the cards are mixed well. And just a couple of things on my end to assure, again, that I'm not putting cards in a particular order, trying to fool my readers or subscribers. All right, let's get some clarification. I'll do this one with a slap and hope that we get 1 to maybe 2 cards that pop out to clarify the reading, and then we'll end it from there. Okay, I had one go that way and one go that way, as well as this one tried to fall out. Okay, so this is tell-all of the energy, even though it's the last one that came out. It's the Kepri card. It's the card of change. So again, change is imminent in this particular situation. Whether you're fighting it or whether you're going along with it, change is imminent in this reading and definitely plays a larger part. We also have the Hope card that came out. This was the first card that popped out, so I'm going to generalize that one at the top. So hope and change are pretty much the same things. We all hope for a change. This card fell on the floor and was the last one to pop out. And this is the resourcefulness card. Okay. So making this change, can possibly bring you into heavy resources. It can possibly lead you to the resources that you've been needing to do whatever you do. So just keep in mind that change doesn't come without some type of hope or planning. So again, we got to be in that position to make things make sense when it comes to order, so that change is actually resourceful. Okay. So to me, the reading is pretty clear. I usually don't draw 3 clarifiers, but those cards wanted to come out, and I'm not going to deny the cards coming out. But again, use your own interpretation to determine what the reading is saying to you personally. At the bottom of the deck, yeah, this is definitely clarifying the reading. Stability and equilibrium. Okay. And in some ways, that's what you're missing. The choice you make will reestablish that or establish it in a way that I feel is very positive, even with the clarifiers coming out pretty much all in the upright and basically showing the full energy of the reading. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. Again, like, share, and subscribe. And again, this is a collective reading. If it resonates with you, cool. If it doesn't, then this ain't your reading. All right, peace.